Welcome to our deep dive. We're going to be looking at AI in automation testing.
Yeah.
You sent over some really interesting articles.
Yes. Definitely a hot topic these days.
For sure. So we're going to unpack AI and how it's making software testing so much smarter and faster.
Yeah. I think the potential for AI to change how we even build and test software is huge.
Absolutely.
And it's only going to get bigger.
Absolutely.
It could lead to software that's not only less buggy, but also just delivered way faster.
Yeah.
Which is what everyone wants.
Right. Exactly. Who wants buggy software?
No one.
The first thing that really caught my attention from these articles was this idea of moving away from traditional scripted testing.
Okay.
To something so much more dynamic.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if you were trying to navigate a city,
okay,
but you only had a static map.
Right.
You need those real-time updates and detours and the ability to adapt.
Yeah.
And that's where AI comes in.
Yeah. Scripted tests can be really rigid because they follow, these predetermined paths.
Yeah.
But software is always changing.
Of course.
Right.
Always.
So AI brings in machine learning.
Okay.
And it makes testing way more adaptable.
Okay.
And responsive to change.
So the AI is almost like a super smart learner in a way.
Yeah.
It's constantly analyzing these patterns and figuring out how to test better and more effectively.
Exactly. Yeah, think of it like this.
Okay.
With each test cycle,
okay,
it's gathering data.
Okay.
It's recognizing patterns. And it's improving its ability to find defects and then adjust to changes that you make in the software.
Gotcha. So the AI is learning and adapting?
Yeah.
But how does that actually translate into real benefits?
Okay.
You sent over some articles that talked about some pretty amazing advantages like these self-healing tests.
Yeah.
Seriously, how is that even possible?
So self-healing tests are game changers.
Right.
They're really cool. Basically, the AI can actually fix broken tests automatically.
Whoa.
So imagine your GPS.
Okay.
And it reroutes you around a traffic jam.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Wow.
So let me give you a real world example from one of the articles.
Okay.
It was a retail application.
Okay.
And they were constantly getting these UI updates.
Right.
And before AI, the team was spending hours manually tweaking scripts to match every single change.
Oh gosh, yeah.
But then with this AI-powered self-healing, the system could actually detect the UI changes and then automatically update the test scripts.
Oh my God.
Which saved them a ton of time.
Yeah, that's incredible.
That's super cool.
So it's like having an AI assistant.
Yeah.
Constantly just fine-tuning things in the background. No more tedious script updates.
Nope.
You can focus on the bigger picture.
Totally. And all that time that it saves,
it
allows human testers to actually focus on the more strategic and creative aspects of testing.
Gotcha.
Like exploring new features or evaluating complex user scenarios.
Okay.
The AI handles the routine stuff.
Right.
And then that frees up human expertise for where it really matters.
This all sounds amazing.
It is pretty amazing.
But I got to ask, are companies actually seeing these benefits?
Oh, yeah.
In the real world?
Absolutely.
Are there real world examples?
Yeah, there are tons of compelling examples in the articles that you shared.
Okay, great.
One that really stood out to me was a case study about a major banking institution.
Okay.
And they used AI to actually reduce their regression testing time by 30%.
Wow.
And they didn't even sacrifice any coverage.
That's super impressive.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And think about it, if testing can be this efficient in a field like finance,
right,
which is so demanding, imagine the potential for faster and more reliable software, across all industries.
Oh, yeah. The possibilities are really exciting.
It is really exciting.
But we're talking about faster development cycles, higher quality software, and ultimately just a better experience for everyone who uses that software.
Right.
It's all connected.
Okay, another area that caught my eye was visual testing.
All right.
You know how it is you're on a website and there's this tiny design flaw?
Yeah.
It just drives you crazy.
Oh, totally.
Apparently, AI is taking visual testing way beyond what we're used to.
Yeah, so traditional visual testing was really basic.
Okay.
It was just comparing pixels to see if images matched perfectly.
Right.
But AI can actually detect those subtle differences in UI.
Oh, wow.
That might even escape the human eye.
Really?
And it makes sure that there's brand consistency.
Okay.
And just a really smooth, polished user experience across all your devices.
So it's not just about catching the obvious errors.
Yeah.
It's about making sure that the entire look and feel of the software is top-notch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's so important these days.
Yeah.
When you think about how software is accessed on so many different devices,
That's true.
phones, tablets,
Yeah.
laptops, desktops.
Yeah, I can definitely see how that would be valuable.
Oh, yeah.
You shared an article about a fashion website that used AI-powered visual testing.
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about that?
Totally. So they were actually able to maintain consistent image quality and branding across their entire platform.
Okay.
And that's essential for a company that relies so heavily on visuals to sell its products.
Of course.
The AI was like this vigilant design critic,
Okay.
constantly analyzing those visuals to make sure that everything was perfect.
It's amazing to think how AI can analyze
I know, it's pretty wild.
and understand visual elements like that.
It really is.
It's pretty cool.
AI is becoming so much more sophisticated in its ability to actually see and interpret visual information.
Okay.
And that's driving these huge advances in the field of visual testing.
Gotcha.
It's really cool.
So we've seen the potential, the benefits, real-world success stories.
Yeah.
But for someone who wants to bring AI into their testing process, where do they even begin?
Right.
What are the key steps?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And the articles that you shared offer a really clear roadmap.
Okay, perfect.
For getting started.
Right.
I think the most important step is actually defining your objectives.
Okay.
What are you even trying to achieve with AI in testing?
Right.
Are you focused on reducing testing time?
Okay.
Increasing coverage? Or are you trying to find more bugs?
Okay.
Once you have a clear goal in mind, then you can actually identify the specific areas where AI can make the biggest impact.
So it's about having a strategy.
Totally.
And not just throwing AI at the problem and hoping for the best.
Exactly. Yeah, you want to make smart choices to get the most out of this really powerful technology.
Okay, so the next step would be?
So the next step is actually selecting the right tools.
Okay.
There are tons of AI-powered testing tools out there.
Right.
Each of them has its own strengths and specializations.
Yep.
Some of them are great for visual testing. Others are really good at that self-healing.
Okay.
And some of them even offer a whole comprehensive suite of AI-driven features.
Right.
The key is to choose the tools that align with your goals and also the type of software that you're testing.
It's almost like building your own personalized AI testing toolkit.
Exactly.
Tailored to your exact needs.
That's a great way to put it.
What else should people keep in mind as they start exploring these tools?
Remember, AI thrives on data.
Okay.
The more high-quality data that you feed into the system, the better the results that you're going to get.
Okay.
So you're going to want to focus on data-driven testing practices.
Okay.
And actually gather data from past test cases.
Okay.
User feedback. And even production issues.
Gotcha.
All that information can help train the AI to become more accurate and effective.
It's like giving the AI a crash course
in
your specific software.
Totally.
The more it knows, the better it can test.
Exactly.
So data is crucial.
Yeah.
But what about the actual integration of these tools?
Okay.
How do you make AI a seamless part of your testing process?
So you're going to want to weave AI testing into your existing development workflow.
Okay.
Especially your CI/CD pipeline.
Okay.
This ensures that the AI is constantly evaluating your software throughout that entire development process. Catching bugs early and often.
So it's about making AI an integral part of the development process, not just an afterthought.
Exactly. And integrating AI into your CI/CD pipeline allows you to detect issues super early on.
Okay.
Which ultimately leads to faster development cycles and higher quality software.
This has all been incredibly insightful.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
But let's be realistic. Are there any challenges or potential pitfalls that people should be aware of?
Yeah, for sure.
Before diving headfirst into AI-powered testing?
That's a really important question.
Yeah.
While the potential of AI in testing is huge, it's important to approach it with a realistic mindset.
Okay.
I think one of the biggest hurdles is the initial investment.
Okay.
Implementing AI in testing can actually require, significant upfront costs for both the tools themselves and then for training your team to use them effectively.
So it's important to be strategic about this decision.
Yeah.
And make sure that the benefits justify the investment.
Exactly. Another potential challenge is data dependency.
Okay.
AI algorithms rely heavily on data to learn and to make accurate predictions. So if you don't have enough data, or if the data that you have is like poor quality, it can really impact the effectiveness of your AI testing efforts.
So data quality is key.
Absolutely. Garbage in, garbage out.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
What about ongoing maintenance?
Okay.
Once you've implemented AI testing, is it like a set it and forget it kind of thing?
Not really.
Okay.
AI models need that ongoing maintenance and adaptation as your software evolves and you gather new data. Without periodic retraining, they can actually become outdated and lose their effectiveness.
So it's like any other technology.
Yeah.
You need to stay on top of updates and make sure your AI systems are continuously learning and improving.
Exactly. AI in testing isn't a one-time fix. It requires that ongoing investment and attention to make sure you're getting the results you want. But the benefits can be well worth the effort.
All right, so far we've painted a pretty exciting picture of AI in testing.
Yeah.
But what about the bigger picture?
Okay.
How is all of this going to impact the future of software development as a whole?
That's where things get really interesting. The way I see it, AI is going to like totally change how we build and deliver software. It's not just about testing. It's about like a complete transformation. Making the whole development process more agile, more efficient, and really focused on the people who are actually like using the software.
So it's almost like AI is becoming this like ultimate project manager. In a way.
I like that.
That's making sure everything's running smoothly and efficiently from like start to finish.
Exactly. Imagine software that's like developed and deployed super fast. Updates are rolling out seamlessly. Bugs are getting squashed before anyone even notices them.
Wow.
Like AI is making all that possible.
That sounds like a dream come true.
It kind of is.
Both for developers and users?
Yeah.
But I have to ask, with all this talk about AI like taking over, will we even need human testers in the future?
That's a question a lot of people have, but I actually see it differently. I don't think AI is about like replacing human testers. I think it's about making them even better. Think of it as giving them like a set of superpowers.
So it's not about AI versus humans. It's more AI and humans working together.
Exactly. It's a partnership. AI can handle all those repetitive and time-consuming tasks. And then it frees up human testers to actually focus on those things that require like human ingenuity and critical thinking.
It sounds like AI will free up human testers to really like focus on the more strategic and creative aspects of their work. Like what kind of things are you thinking of?
Well, take exploratory testing, for example. It's all about like thinking outside the box, designing tests that go beyond those pre-scripted scenarios and uncovering those like unexpected bugs that automated tests might miss. That requires like human intuition and creativity.
So it sounds like AI and human testers will really complement each other, each bringing like their own unique strengths to the table.
Precisely. AI is a powerful tool for analysis and automation, but it can't fully understand how a user actually feels when they're interacting with software.
Makes sense.
So human testers are essential for like evaluating that user experience, making sure that the software is intuitive, enjoyable, and actually meets the needs of the people who are going to be using it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
Understanding the human element would still require a human.
For sure.
Are there any other areas where you see like human expertise?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Being essential even as AI becomes more sophisticated?
Testing isn't just about like finding bugs. It's also about ensuring that software is developed and used responsibly. So human testers are going to play a crucial role in actually thinking about the ethical implications of AI in testing. They can identify potential biases in the data that's used to train the AI models. And they can make sure that testing practices align with like ethical principles.
That's a really important point.
It is.
It's about making sure that the technology that we create is actually used in a way that benefits everyone.
Exactly.
It sounds like the future of testing will really require both the efficiency of AI and the wisdom and insight of human testers.
I agree.
It's about finding that sweet spot.
Yeah.
Where AI and human intelligence can work together to create software that's not only technically sound,
right,
but also truly user-centric.
Exactly.
So we've talked a lot about the potential of AI in testing.
Yeah.
But how do you see all this impacting the role of the human tester in the long run?
Okay.
Will testing jobs change?
Okay.
Will new jobs be created?
I think the role of the tester will definitely evolve.
Okay.
But I don't see human testers becoming obsolete.
Okay.
In fact, AI could create new opportunities for testers to specialize in areas like AI model training and evaluation, or focusing on the user experience and like the ethical aspects of testing.
Gotcha.
It's a really exciting time to be in the testing field.
It sounds like AI could actually enhance the role of the tester.
Yeah.
Making it even more strategic and impactful.
I think so too.
I completely agree. AI has the potential to revolutionize not only how we test software, but also how we think about the role of the tester in the entire development process.
For sure.
This has been such an insightful conversation.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
You've really helped us see the potential of AI in testing.
Right.
Not only for improving software quality, but also for shaping the future of software development as a whole.
It's really exciting.
It is exciting.
It's a cool field.
But before we wrap up,
Okay.
I want to make sure our listener has some concrete takeaways.
Okay.
What are like your top recommendations for someone who's ready to start exploring AI in testing?
That's awesome that your listener is ready to like dive in.
Yeah.
I'd say the first step is to actually like identify a specific challenge or opportunity within their current testing process.
Okay.
Are they struggling with slow test cycles, repetitive tasks, or like limited test coverage?
Gotcha.
Once they've pinpointed like what the problem is, then they can start researching AI-powered tools that can address that specific need.
Okay.
There are so many great tools out there.
Yeah.
Each one has its own unique strengths and capabilities.
So it's all about starting with a clear goal in mind.
Yeah.
And then finding the right tools to achieve that goal.
Exactly.
What else is important to keep in mind when you're starting out with AI and testing?
So it's really crucial to remember that AI is only as good as the data that you feed it.
Okay.
So you really want to invest the time in gathering like high quality test data and think about how you can use your existing data sources like user feedback or even like production logs to train your AI models effectively.
Wow.
The better the data, the more accurate and insightful your AI-powered testing will be.
It sounds like data is like the fuel
Totally.
that powers the AI engine.
Yeah.
Any other words of wisdom for someone who's like embarking on their AI testing journey?
Be open to experimentation and learning.
Okay.
The field of AI and testing is constantly evolving.
Right.
There are new tools and techniques coming out all the time. So don't be afraid to try different approaches.
Yeah.
Learn from your experiences and then share what you've learned with others.
That's great advice.
Thanks.
It's all about embracing that learning process.
Yeah.
And continuously improving.
Yeah, for sure.
But before we move on,
Okay.
I have to ask, what about the ethical considerations of AI in testing?
Right.
How can we make sure that AI is used responsibly and fairly,
Okay.
especially as it becomes like more integrated into our testing processes?
That's a really important question to think about, especially as AI becomes more powerful and, integrated into our lives. We need to be really thoughtful about how we use it, especially in a field like software testing.
It sounds like there's a lot to think about.
Yeah.
Where do we even begin when it comes to the ethics of AI in testing?
So I think one of the key things to focus on is data bias.
Okay.
The AI models that we use in testing, they're trained on these massive data sets.
Right.
And if those data sets actually contain biases, the AI can inherit them.
Oh, wow.
And that can lead to unfair or inaccurate test results.
So if the data that's used to train the AI is skewed in some way, then the AI might make decisions based on those biases.
Right.
Rather than on objective criteria.
Exactly. Imagine you're training an AI model
Okay.
to test a facial recognition system.
Okay.
If the training data mostly has images of people
Yeah.
from one specific demographic, the AI might actually struggle to accurately recognize faces from other demographics.
That's a great example.
Yeah.
It really highlights how important it is to be mindful of the data that we use to train these AI models.
Exactly.
What are some steps that we can take
Okay.
to address this issue of data bias?
So there are a few things we can do.
Okay.
First, we need to be aware of the potential for bias.
Right.
And actually look for it in our data sets.
Okay.
We can use different tools and techniques to analyze our data for like imbalances and then try to mitigate those imbalances.
So it's about being proactive and taking steps to make sure that our data is as representative and unbiased as possible.
Exactly.
What else can we do
to
ensure that AI is used ethically in testing?
Transparency is huge.
Okay.
We need to be really open about how our AI models are trained.
Yeah.
What data is being used and how the AI is making decisions. This transparency allows for like scrutiny and accountability, which helps to make sure that the AI is being used fairly and responsibly.
Transparency makes sense.
Yeah.
Because if we understand how the AI is working, then we can better assess its potential impact and address any ethical concerns that come up.
Exactly.
Are there any other ethical considerations that we should be thinking about?
I think we need to think about the potential impact of AI on the role of like human testers.
Okay.
So as AI is taking on more tasks, we need to make sure that human testers are still valued and that their expertise is being used effectively.
Okay.
We also need to consider the possibility of job displacement and think about ways to reskill and upskill testers so they can thrive in this new landscape.
So it's not just about the technology itself. It's also about how we manage this transition to an AI-powered testing world in a way that actually benefits everyone involved.
Exactly. It's about finding that balance between using the power of AI and then preserving the value of human expertise and judgment.
You mentioned earlier that AI could create new opportunities for testers.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Sure.
Like what kind of new roles or specializations do you see emerging in the future?
So as AI gets more sophisticated, we're going to need skilled professionals who can design, develop, and maintain AI-powered testing tools and frameworks.
Wow.
We're also going to need experts who can train and evaluate AI models, making sure that they're accurate, reliable, and unbiased. Additionally, there will be a growing demand for testers who specialize in areas like usability testing, security testing, and performance testing. And they'll be working alongside AI to make sure that the software meets those high standards of quality and user satisfaction.
It sounds like the future of testing will require a blend of technical expertise and human skills.
For sure.
Like creativity, critical thinking, and a deep understanding of user needs.
Absolutely. The most successful testers are going to be those who can embrace the power of AI, but also use their own unique human strength to create a truly comprehensive and effective testing ecosystem.
This has been an incredible journey.
It has.
It started by like exploring the basics of AI and testing. And now we're talking about the ethical considerations and the future of the profession. It's clear that AI isn't just like a tool. It's like a force that's reshaping the entire landscape of software development.
I totally agree.
The future of software testing is definitely intelligent, automated, and human-centric.
For sure.
And it's a future that's full of opportunities. For those who are willing to embrace the possibilities. And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive into AI in automation testing.
Sounds good.
A huge thanks to our amazing expert.
Oh, thank you.
For sharing all their insights.
Yeah, of course.
And helping us understand this transformative power of AI in testing.
You're welcome.
And to you, our listener. Thanks for joining us on this exploration.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
As we navigate this exciting new world of AI-powered testing. Remember to stay curious, stay informed. And above all, stay mindful of those ethical considerations that come with this incredible technology.
For sure.
Until next time, happy testing.